we back. Welcome,
All
welcome,
right.
welcome. The name of the game is Voloheen, Winds of War. The name of this episode 8, is called Shifting Tides. My
Yes,
name,
indeed.
my name's Kyle. I'm playing Eigner Bosch. That's Josh, and he's playing Fiala. And then
Mm-hmm.
that's Asa, and he's the dungeon master for this game.
I'm playing Dungeon
He's
Master. I
playing the
roll
dungeon
all the
master.
stats.
All right. So take
Real
us
quick
away.
recap.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, no, be quiet, phone. We let's see, we just progressed the timeline another year forward. Agner is a father
Mm-hmm.
now to a young daughter about 3 months old named Willow. Uh, Theala and Halifax have gotten a little more serious. For Theala, it's still a bit of a. It's like a fling that has lasted a month, even though it's been a year.
It's been a year.
While where Halifax, he's not Elven, so he doesn't have as much of a slow progression. He has developed some real feelings and is hoping to have the relationship flourish into something more meaningful, or not more meaningful, more serious.
Yeah.
Um, and he has just been invited to be part of an expedition that will take him away from Theala for a couple of months, which seems like a big deal for him, but Theala is like, it's like a week, whatever. You know, it really, you're going away for the weekend. I'll see you in a few days.
Yeah, basically. That's a much more appropriate analogy. Oh, you're going on a weekend trip. Cool.
Exactly.
I'll see you Monday.
So Halifax is away, and then Theala and Agner were part of a meeting in which On and Alton, those two persistent people who seem to want to get back into Agner's life, presented the leaders there with overwhelming proof that both Garth and uh, 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 oh, come on, help me out here, Kyle. Oren Vitrell, were both heavily involved in the manipulation of the events over the last few years that nearly led to a massive war between the Dwarven Empire and the Free Kingdoms. Luckily, that was subverted, and now Garth and Oren Vitrell, are having to deal with the legal outcomes of what they've done. And Garth is on his way to the High Court in Elysium to be sentenced as a war criminal, or as a warmonger, rather. And Garth just had a nice little conversation with Agner where he not so subtly threatened Agner's family. With
And
that
then
being
Y'all not so subtly.
Yeah.
threatened to burn his wrists.
Guard. And his anything attached to metal.
That night, after returning Garth to his cell, and everyone ate what they needed and set up watches and took their rest, Agner, falls asleep like he does, and his dreams are very fitful. All the things he's been worrying about keep coming to surface. He dreams of he dreams of Zarkon. He dreams of being in that cage with Vincent standing above him, using his magic to torture him. He dreams of Finnick Oder and
You mean
Odwick. Sorry,
Finnegan
And-
Odwick.
Finnegan Odwick.
That's
Wow,
his name.
Finnick Oder, isn't that a character from the Hunger Games?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I own them, but I've only seen them a couple of times.
and he dreams of Finnegan, and then Finnegan turns into a rat and scurries away. And then Ethel is calling his name, and mid dream, he turns and she is just running at him. Out of place in the context of the dream is his wife charging toward him, and as soon as she gets to him, she wraps her arms around him and she is sobbing into him. And this feels real. And it occurs to him finally that he is dreaming. But this particular moment with his wife feels real.
Wow.
Eigner, what do you do? What are you gonna do?
Eigner simply holds his wife and closes his eyes and just keeps saying, "Is it a dream? Is it a dream? Is it real? Is it a dream? It's not a dream. It is a dream." Like he's just like trying to sort through the whole thing.
Is he saying
And
these things out loud?
yeah, he's saying these things out loud, and but he's just focusing on holding Ethel tightly as he can.
Okay. Ethel, as he's saying these things, uh, interrupts him and says, "She's gone. She's. I woke up in the night and there was no sound. She wasn't crying. I don't even know it woke me, but when I checked her crib, she was gone."
This is nothing but a dream. This is nothing but a nightmare. This
She
is
she holds you by the collar and like pulls you away. And Egner, you know I can come to you in your dreams. You know I'm a dream walker. I am here. Our daughter is missing. I need you to come home.
oh my god. At that point, he just crumbles to his knees and starts to cry, starts to like hyperventilate. He's just overcome with emotion because he's at this point where he's had so many hallucinations and he's had all these people coming to him in his dreams and whatnot, and even though he knows that Ethel is capable of this, he finds him in a situation where he's in such shock and he can't trust if that's really Ethel. And of course, he
Right.
doesn't want to believe that it's really Ethel and she's really telling the truth. So
Yeah.
the only way he can respond is just by losing it emotionally.
Ethel, gets down and puts her arms around him and holds him to her as he's crying. She says, "I know you've been under a lot of stress, and we haven't really talked about it. But right now, we need to make a plan. We need to do something."
Nothing is real. Nothing. You're not real. Am I real? Am None of it is real. It's How do I know that you're not Zarkon?
She, steps back a little bit. "Zarkon? What the hell are you talking about? Look, our daughter is missing, and you are concerned about that mechanical dimwit that has not been in our lives for 2 years.
He's
Zarkon and Vincent, they're behind us."
he's been in my head this whole time. He's in my head.
"No, Agner, you have been in your head. You have been torturing yourself. You have held on to the memories of whatever Vincent did to you. And I know it's been tough, and I know you haven't been able to move past it, but right now I need you. Right now, our daughter needs you."
Egner just closes his eyes and starts to breathe deeply and then just starts muttering to himself. Just wake up. Just wake up. Just wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. And he'll do that until he snaps himself out of the dream. If he has any ability to do that and wake himself up out of his dream, cuz it's like that happens when you like start to lucid dream and then you have that realization of like, "Oh dude, I'm totally lucid dreaming right now," and then you wake up.
Yeah, you start taking charge of the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear, as you're just quoting this, Ethel has said some more things and then like kind of stomps away, but then you snap awake, with a gasp, and you sit up and you're in the camp. Theala's not far off. It's her watch. The fire's burned low. Most of the camp is sleeping.
Eigner will collect himself for a moment. He'll reach into his inner pocket that he has, and this is not something that, maybe I've mentioned a lot, but maybe that's like part of the whole design or whatever. He's got a secret little flask in his inside pocket, and this is something that he tries to hide these days, especially since he's married Ethel, especially since he's had a daughter. He's been hiding his alcohol use from everyone that he can. But he's got some like stuff in there that will just rot your guts, dude. And so he takes out the little flask of rot gut and just takes a long swig and then starts coughing. Gathers himself together, and he walks over to Theala and says, "Theala, I cannot explain this very well right now, but I have to go."
Why?
There is a situation that I need to go take care of. My family is in danger,
For
and
what?
I don't know. And like I said, I can't really tell you because I don't entirely understand it right now. But
Does this have anything to do with Garth?
I hope not. I think not. If he is responsible, then I will track him down after all this is taken care of, and I will strangle him with my own hands.
Why wait? Did I ever tell you that I'm a member of or I am Navelorn?
Yes, remember that coming up.
Okay. We have ways. He's here. Why don't we talk to him real quick?
I'm afraid I do not have time for any of that right now.
I mean, conversation. How long is it gonna take you to get back? 2, 3 days? What's an hour?
I need to leave immediately. This cannot wait. If you wish to get some information out of Garth
Okay.
or deal with him the best you can, or whatever you wish, it is none of my concern anymore. My main concern is being with my family.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye, Fiala.
Okay.
Safe travels.
You too. At which case, because I'm assuming you're just bolting without.
Yeah, Eigner's gonna try and take a horse if there is a horse to
Fine.
take.
Yeah, well, you would have been riding on a horse, so you just take your
Sure.
horse.
Yeah, I'll take my horse, gather some supplies, just like some simple rations, put them in a burlap bag, tie it onto the saddlebags.
I want to hear what Theala is going to do, then I have an interjection of my own.
First step is she's going to go to the nearest cold water source with a bucket, or with as many buckets as I guess she can carry. And she is going to start by slowly pouring cold water on Garth. That is step one. Until every ounce of water has been poured onto his head as a part of step one.
Is she attempting to wake him up? Is that the whole thing? Or is it just like...
It is half to wake him up and half to start the interrogation process.
Okay. She'll find pretty quick that he is awake.
Okay.
And smiling broadly and says, "What's the matter, Theala? Eigner having family issues?"
So that doesn't stop her from pouring water slowly on him, because waking him up was only half the purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So silently, she will just basically uncover the thing
Mhm.
and basically just over the top, just start slow. I mean, we're talking at like when you turn on your faucet, but it's like half.
Oh yeah, so it's dribbling.
Well, I wouldn't say dribbling. It's like
Yeah.
not like, but like so that half pull up, and just regardless of what he says or does, until every drop is out, just continuing to pour without saying or doing anything other than that.
Mhm. Yeah, he pretty much responds, but just like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then he's trying to move away, get out of the stream of the water, like just completely baffled by what you're doing right now.
So after I'm done, I'm gonna go take those buckets and go back to the cold water source, and come back with all of the buckets, and then set them in front of him. And I'm going to say, "This is level 1. If you would like to talk, we can talk. Every time that you lie to me, every time I think that you're lying to me, we will dump a bucket on your head. And if I think that you are not being forthcoming, same. If we go a couple rounds of this and you're not being forthcoming enough, we will move on to level 2. Do you understand?"
Yes.
Okay. So, what do you know about Eigner's family?
A lot.
Okay. See how that's not forthcoming enough? And then I take the first bucket, and I again first just dump again slowly that whole bucket on his head.
He
And
just
then
grits his teeth, and it's just, you can see he's trying to be obstinate about it, trying to bear it. He kind of spits water that's dribbling down his face out. And,
Yeah.
"Do your worst. You don't frighten me, elf."
okay, so I do the buckets again. And then I go back and I fill them up, and I go, "So level 1 is not working. So we're gonna start. With a little level 2. And at this point, she takes the buckets and like opens up the cage, and like he's still chained up, or assuming he's chained up. I'm assuming she's chained up.
Yeah.
So she takes the buckets, and she casts heat metal again.
On the bucket, like heating up the water?
Nope.
Or
On her chains.
Oh, all right. All right.
And as it is heating up, she is going to start pouring water on the metal that is touching his body, as the spell continues to just cycle through and burn and burn and burn.
Oh. He sets his jaw at the beginning, but it doesn't take more than a few seconds of this before he goes, all right. What do you want to know?"
I asked you. Be forthcoming.
If he hasn't figured out by now, his daughter is missing.
What do you have to do with this?
He looks at the bucket of water and kind of looks at his wrist, and he's kind of shaking now. I had been kidnapped her.
Okay. Where have they been taken?
they will have taken her to the warehouse in the docks.
Which docks?
The ones owned by the South Iridian Shipping Company.
Interesting.
If Eigner does not find a way to release me, they will throw her in the ocean.
Oh, I see. Interesting. I have a counter proposal for you.
But I can't do much now. I'm here. These orders are already given. I can't stop what's going to happen.
So for like straight up the first time, pretty much ever, I pull out my rapier.
Okay.
And I proceed to lop off his right foot. And then I'm going to use the still hot metal to cauterize the wound.
Okay.
Wait, you can cut off someone's foot with a rapier?
Yeah, I mean it's got a point, but it also has edges.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whatcha?
Yeah, it's just you it's most effective as a point, but it still has like other capabilities.
Okay.
It is not going to be like a great sword in that it is going to be pretty. It is not going to be the cleanest of cuts. It might even take a couple of hacks.
Ooh.
But
damn.
It's gonna be painful.
That's ruthless.
Yeah. People are going the entire it is going to wake everybody up. So
Joke's on you, it's actually one of the Garth mimics.
You got the wrong guy. I'm serious, though. I'm serious. You got the wrong guy.
I know, you got the wrong guy, sure. No, but really.
No, you
my
really
name's
do, though.
Dave. I'm the wrong one.
She takes the foot and puts it in the bag, and again, like I said, probably the guards have, like I said, woken up, and
the camp is awake for sure.
Yeah, she takes the bag and like a little sack or whatever. She takes it and goes to her fastest scout and says, "I need you to make me a delivery."
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so I give them instructions to take the foot to the whatchamacallit,
South Iridian Shipping Company?
the docks.
Okay.
And then so that's the one that's not in Twin Harbor, that's the one that's like to the southeast, right?
No, South Iridian wasn't Twin Harbor. That was the one Kyle introduced.
Okay, I'm just trying to remember all of the. So
that was one of the docks where the boats that we got onto and stole the Sapphire Dream off of.
Okay.
It was headed towards the docks for the South Iridian.
So then I will have my scout catch up with Eigner, give instructions on what's happening, and just basically let him know. And then also I'm going to continue to send Garth to Elysium. And I'm going to then, after I get everything set up, and get everybody on their way, and give them, strict instructions, I am then going to head back and follow Eigner back to the Twin Harbors as well.
Okay. I'm going to interject now with my thing, and as soon as you've given these instructions, and you've got everything ready to go, and you're riding your horse past Garth's cage. He's there with his hands on the bars, like looking at you and just pleading with you. Just look, you've got to show some compassion here. And as he just kind of mutters at you half coherently, the bars of his cell begin to glow,
Mm-hmm.
and his face begins to sort of like it just sinks, becomes a little more sallow, a little more like shriveled and old looking.
Mm-hmm.
His unkempt beard, it gets a little bit shorter, but otherwise is still very messy. He just puts off this extreme just odor of filth. Uh, and then you are staring into the face of uh, of Finnegan.
Finnegan Odwick.
And Eigner, you're riding at just full speed, and
Clippity
and
cloppity, clippity cloppity.
you hear just barely. You start to hear the sound of someone coming behind you on a horse, and you turn and recognize it as one of the guard. And as you kind of like pull to stop, you see his figure, like he just kind of like blinks out of existence, and then the trees around you start to dim and fade and waver, and then a light comes to, and you just feel your horse drop out from under you, and you fall to your hands and knees and look up, and there is the same cage that you saw Finnegan in before, and a figure is standing just before that cage, sort of blocking out the light from the cage. But the room around you is not as made up of the blackness like it was in your dream. It is this, well lavished office. You stand with your back to a fireplace, and you can see, the figure that's blocking out the part of the cage is Theala, and then Finnegan just goes, "Ha ha! It worked. You're here. So good." Oh, thank something.
Wait,
gods are too stupid.
you again? Have you been behind all of this? And at this point, Eigner starts to get like really pissed off, actually, and he starts to like name all these things, like the hallucinations at my wedding, the fact that Anna and Alton are showing up. Like, I don't even know you. Are you behind every single one of these?
No, you idiot! I'm the one who's trying to save you.
Save me from what?
Oh, that's right. You didn't listen.
My daughter
Eigner.
is missing right now.
Your daughter isn't real. None of this is real. It's all fake. It's all in here. But you're just a puny little human, and I'm a fucking god. All right? I got you here right now, and you guys can get me out of this. And then I can save everyone's asses like I always have to do. He looks at Theala and he says, "I told Emily you're not cut out for this job at all. Not just you, but Eridu, and where are the other two? They were supposed to be here too. I was supposed to. Damn it. It only half worked."
Okay. Sure. You're a god. What is it that we're here for, then?
Well, first off, Eigner, Bosch, you're here to get me out of this cage. And then I'm here to get you out of your head.
Okay. Eigner is tripped up for a moment because that's exactly what Ethel told him. Is that you're in your head, Eigner. And he just like looks all puzzled, and he's actually doing this with like stroking his chin right now, like.
So, quick question: does Eigner just see me there, or am I?
No, you're there. You're face to face with Finnick. He's probably.
Well, all right, but I wasn't sure if I was. So basically, what he's done is he's kind of like warped the shared hallucination that we have, and has kind of basically like brought us together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Much.
Yeah, so we are aware of each other. Yeah.
Right,
sure.
right, yeah. We're in the same... Because it wasn't like him communicating with us separately, is what I was wondering.
No. Yeah, you're hearing all this. You guys are in the
Okay.
same space.
And everybody else is like gone now. That was in our envoy.
Yeah, he starts pulling the chalk. He pulls the chalk out of his pouch again and starts to adjust and fiddle with the it's not a rune, the circle, the magical circle that he's written on the ground in
Yeah.
his cage. He starts to sort of make adjustments here and there, muttering to himself.
I'm gonna roll a perception. I want to see if he still has his foot.
Oh yeah, yeah. You don't even need a perception for that. He does. He still has a foot. It's Finnick. It's
Finnegan.
It's
Finnegan.
definitely-
Yeah.
Yeah, Finnegan.
Well, I just want to know if I actually chopped his foot off or if that was
Oh.
merely illusion.
Yeah, no, you did not actually chop off Finnegan's foot.
Okay. Does it look like he has burn mark? Again, does it look like he has burn marks on his wrist or?
Oh, okay. I am gonna make you make a roll for that.
Okay, that's fine.
You're trying to determine if you are torturing Finnegan in the ways that you were torturing.
Correct.
Now that I know what you're trying to do, I can create a reason to roll it.
Yeah. 18.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're looking at Finnegan, and aside from just being stinky and old, you're not seeing any signs of the torture marks that you have inflicted. There are plenty of signs of scarring and potentially markers that you can identify as torture,
Right.
but they're not anything that lines up with what you did.
I'm assuming I would recognize the methods of torture, assuming it's Zarkon doing the torture. But
if you took time to study more, yes, but without looking up from what he's doing, Finnegan also goes, "Oh, and you guys are gonna want to watch out for those." And as he says that, this blue striped creature that is standing on two legs and has little T-Rex arms,
Yeah.
its mouth opens up into like a three-prong. At the end of each part of the mouth is a sharp tooth, and the inside are just rows of not misplaced, but random teeth here and there, and it opens this big maw and just kind of sucks the air around you and then lunges. So I'd like you guys to roll initiative.
okay.
Eigner goes blah. Oh, and actually, hold on. I'm a scrub, and I forgot my dice.
Oh man,
7.
I told you we would have dice rolling. I gotta roll for these things too.
Fucking 7.
You
You think I was rolling my fucking paladin? I'm doing Adventures League on Fridays, and
Oh yeah,
I always roll
shit initiatives.
on initiative, and he has a -1 initiative.
Oh man.
So
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't roll much higher, but these things probably have a dexterity mod.
I have a negative dexterity modifier, by the way, so I rolled a total of 3.
Okay.
Eigner, I mean, usually that makes sense. In this situation, it makes sense because Eigner's so shocked. You're gonna want to watch out for that. And then he looks over, and all of a sudden there's this crazy monster, and he's like, what?
quick
No,
question,
this is-
just for the sake of what I need to do is: are we inside?
Yeah,
Or-
you're inside of Vincent Vescian's office.
Okay, just because that affects my drow seeing ability.
Mm-hmm. And there is light in this building too. It's a dimly lit room. It's like office lighting, It's
Right,
not-
as long as it's not direct sunlight, that's all that matters.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you're asking about. They have
Right.
a +2 to their dexterity, so they go first, and then you guys go. All right, cool. So them, then Theala, then Eigner.
Nice.
And Finnegan will go as well, but he's going to be spending his whole time casting his spell.
Right.
So yeah, the one lunges forward towards Theala, because that was the one he was pointing out, and attempts to wrap its teeth around you. That is
Okay.
a 20 versus AC.
Okay, well, that's fine. I was gonna. Okay, that's fine. It misses.
It misses. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna do cutting words, but it misses anyway. So fuck it.
You have an AC higher than 20?
You said 12.
No, 20. 20.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna do cutting words anyway. So let me.
Do cutting words.
Yeah, let me do cutting words.
I was like, 20 misses? Wow.
No. I think it said 12. Okay. What is?
I rolled a 12, but
Yeah. Hold on one second. What is my dice for? Okay, it's a D8. Okay. Never mind. Mine is 3, so it's a 17. So it hits. You're muted.
what? How much damage you do?
No, I was reducing. No. So cutting words means I reduce. I was trying to reduce your attack.
Oh, okay. I don't actually know what that does, so I've never actually encountered it. That's all right though.
Yeah. As a reaction, when a creature that's not immune to being charmed, you can see within 60 feet makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll, you can expend the use of one of your bardic inspiration, roll the die, and subtract the number from the creature's roll.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that definitely hits. It sinks these sharp three teeth into your arm for damage. I don't have a damage dice because I suck at life. 1, 2. We're all underprepared for dice rolling. We were like, Ace is gonna tell stories. He's not gonna roll dice.
I thought it was story time.
14 points of damage.
Okay.
And as it sucks its teeth into your arm, it starts to, like, you can feel the blood in your arm just kind of rising to the surface as it just is like it's almost like a magically drawing your blood out of your body.
Do I need to roll a saving throw?
No.
Okay.
It is part of the like, you're grappled now, and then it has an extra effect on its turn if you're still grappled.
Okay.
The DC to escape the grapple is a 14, just so you know, whenever you attempt to break that. And I'm going to go on to the other one that comes up behind Eigner and jumps onto his back at a 22 to AC.
That'll hit.
It jumps onto your back, like grasping onto its back legs, and you feel its tiny little T-Rex arms on your, like, holding onto the back of your armor, and it pushes its teeth into your shoulder. You can hear them just puncture through part of the armor. Damn. 12, 15, for 19 points of damage.
Well, that hurt.
Also grappled.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Now it's your turn, Theala.
Well, that hurt.
Okay. So, kind of wincing, I kind of like move my hands a little bit, and I just, because wait, where is he at, the creature?
It's got your arm.
Okay. So I just kind of like, with this, and I just kind of like draw upon my emotion, and I just smack it in the face, and I bestow curse.
Nice. That's cool.
On it, and that is going to be a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, what's the DC?
The DC is 15.
Okay. I rolled a 12. Let's see if I've got a wisdom modifier. Ooh, it's got a +5, so that's actually a 17. That'll...
Damn. Oh, wow.
It is apparently trained in wisdom on its saving throws.
Okay, so hold on. I just want to make sure that oh, you know, it's a hit or miss. So
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hate Saber Suck spells.
As my bonus action, I'm gonna burn one of my bardic inspirations on Eigner.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm just gonna say to you, like, focus on me. I need you to focus in. This is reality. You got me? Go.
Okay.
All right. It's your turn.
Eigner grits his teeth and says, "Okay, this is reality. This is real. This fucking pain is really real. Ah!" and then he's going to. You said the DC for breaking the grapple is 14.
Yes.
So it's going to be an athletics situation. It's going to
Athletics or acrobatics, but I'm assuming you want athletics.
Definitely athletics. He's more of a brawny dude, you know? So I get +6. Gonna roll that. Oh my god, dude. I got 8. So that's exactly enough to break the grapple.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're able to like slough it off of you.
Uh-huh.
Maybe like punch it in the face, punch it in the eye like a shark.
Yeah, exactly. I punch it right in the face, right behind my shoulder, and then shrug it off, and then I turn around, and then I'm going to use my action surge, definitely, to get another action.
Yeah.
And just pop it right in the face with something, you know?
A weapon?
Well, definitely a weapon. He's gonna pull out.
You said it was something, so I wanted to be more specific.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, I love how it updates automatically.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, dude. It's pretty sick. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead.
You guys, I popped a picture, a link to a picture in.
No. I'm talking about in the D&D Beyond thing.
Oh yeah. No, I just wanted to let you know I popped a link in the picture.
Yeah.
Give my description.
It's good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
All right.
It's for those of you who are watching. It's an ethereal marauder, which is a 3rd edition monster that I've always loved. That's what it looks like. It's pretty.
Hell
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Okay, so I used the Bardic Inspiration to get a bonus to the attack roll, so I got a total of 17 to the creature's AC.
Okay.
Okay. Does that hit?
That hits, yeah.
Okay. And I mixed up the wrong damage dice here. I'm going to be using definitely a one of my superiority die things. I'm gonna do the goading attack, so it just tries to focus on me. All right, so that's gonna be 12 damage, and it makes a Wisdom saving throw. But it's good at Wisdom saving throws. What?
Yeah, it passes.
But the DC was 14.
Yeah, my DC.
Exactly. Okay, so I just did the extra damage to it, and now it's not grappling me, and that's good.
So you stabbed with your sword, right?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. So as you like jab it with your sword, it kind of like emits this like energy, electricity just kind of emits off of it and travels up your sword.
Oh.
And you take 2 lightning damage.
That's fucked up. All right.
As it just kind of like seizes your hand up for a second.
For sure. So in that case, I'm going to use my bonus action to do Second Wind on myself.
Okay.
And get a pathetic amount of HP back, but that's okay. Yeah.
All right.
So that's me.
Goes back to their turn. The one that has you grappled. Ciel, did you try to break the grapple on your turn?
No.
Okay. Now that it's got you grappled, it begins to just keep on sucking. Like you can just hear the air being drawn into its lungs. Make a DC 16 Constitution save.
Okay. Batman. Oh, that 20.
Oh, nice. As this is happening, you can kind of feel the hair on your arms start to raise, and normally, I'm just says out of game. Normally, it still does half damage, but because you critted it, I'm gonna go ahead and say like you're able to just grab onto the thing's mouth and yank your arm free before it's able to suck any of the blood out.
So am I not grappled, or am I still? I just want to know.
You have broken the grapple and don't take the half damage from the attack.
Okay.
And that makes it no. The other one's got to attack. You just poked it in the face area with your sword there, Eigner.
Yeah.
So it like jumps back a little bit and like shakes it off, and then you see it begin to move, and then it's gone.
Oh, great.
And then it appears a second right next to you, and lunges its teeth into your side. It's going to be a 27 to hit, so it's definitely going to hit you.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah.
For 13 points of damage as it just
Right.
and holds on for dear life.
Damn. This is annoying.
That makes it your turn, Theala.
What will
I
she
say,
do?
Eigner, I'm real sorry. And okay, so I'm gonna do
Gotta do what you gotta do.
two things. I'm going to back away from my. Basically, I'm gonna try to back away from out of the. I'm gonna take an opportunity attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna back away as much as I can, away from both of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that opportunity attack, and I'm going to take my cutting words as well.
Does a 17 hit you?
17 does, but I'm gonna take my cutting
words.
as well.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So with an 8, that drops it down to a 9, which misses.
Perfect. That's such a cool ability.
Dude, lore. If you're a bard and you're not a lore bard, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
Oh yeah, lore is like one of the best bardic schools.
It's just amazing. So I jump back and I kind of clap my hands together, draw out, and kind of obviously having grabbed my ocarina, draw out, and then blast a 4th level fireball.
4th level fireball? Alright.
Yeah.
And we are sorry for the stream. It's frozen, but we are still getting sound just fine.
Okay. So, that is 9d6. Oh, and I'm trying to, fire it in a way that I, if possible, don't hit Eigner. But if I have to, I'm sorry, bro.
It's not a very large room. I think in this case you'll have to hit Eigner. Also, I didn't write it down. Eigner, how much damage did you do with your sword attack?
It was 12.
12. Okay, so...
Yeah.
Then Theala also did 12? Okay, so that's probably why.
You were just really consistent with her damage.
Right.
But yeah.
No, you did 14 on me.
Now, how much did you do? You did 12 on your turn.
You did to the monster.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't do anything because I attempted to bestow curse.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
And that failed, so...
For sure.
Never mind then.
Okay, so...
Keep my damage right.
Okay, so you're doing a 4th level fireball in the most tiny room possible.
Yep.
That's why I said I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it, but yeah. So, I mean, the cool thing, though, is that I think I've got some kind of, shield master bonus that helps with my things like that.
Cool.
If an effect allows half damage on a success, I can use my reaction to take no damage.
That is awesome.
So if I succeed at this, then I can potentially take no damage. That's cool.
And it's a DC 15?
Yeah, it's a DC 15.
Both of the creatures will fail. Finnegan just kind of, without looking up, tosses up almost like a wind burst that launches the flames over him so that it doesn't actually touch him at all.
Dude, I rolled the 17, and
Yeah,
I got -1 to that, so it's 16, just barely above what I needed, and I can use my Shield Master Evasion, and so essentially,
You're like the
Eigner.
prince from Sleeping Beauty, and you've got the shield and the dragons breathing fire on you.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's I just see Theala charging up, and then I go oh shit. Boonk, and I just totally hide behind my shield and just go withstand the whole thing.
So
what are the damage rolls?
Elemental Adept has never been more perfectly timed because it allows me to treat any one as a 2.
Oh, that's awesome. And
For 9d6, that's nice.
Yeah.
34 damage.
Nice.
Shit. Oh, that's awesome. All right.
That is super sick.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, with that, like you just get that fireball out. It hits the center creature that you kind of moved away from, and just explodes on that, eviscerating that thing completely. Fire launched, like spreading out across the room, catching the tapestry is on fire. The carpet is burning, and the other creature, like between Eigner's shield and the other creature, it takes the brunt of the flames as well. Um, but when the fireball subsides and the room is smoldering, but there's only one of these creatures left over.
Okay. There's nothing else I can do right now because I don't have anyone to give inspiration to.
Yeah,
That's the downside of lores. You can't give yourself inspiration.
Uh-huh.
You could give inspiration to Finnegan, as he is casting that spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
He needs to be inspired.
That's
Everyone
my
does.
last inspiration then.
All
I'll
right.
say to him, "You better get your fucking shit together."
And then Eigner will say, "I second that."
He growls back. You better stop casting fireballs then. They're distracting.
All right.
And
Eigner's
that would
turn.
make it Eigner's turn. Yep.
All right. Eigner just straight up charges. Just charges.
All right.
Hold on. Let me look at something really quick. Oh, okay. That's when I make an attack action on my turn. I can. Oh, okay. All right. I'm just gonna go for it. Boom, boom, boom. Going to attack. Dude, I've rolled like 3 8s in this one combat. It's kind of annoying. So that is going to be only 15 to AC.
That will miss.
Ooh, okay. In that case, I think I'll just be sad about it.
You only have one attack?
Oh! No, I'm like 8th level, so of course I
should
have
have
like
at
another
least 2.
attack.
Yeah, I was
Dude,
gonna say.
I don't know how D&D works. What are you talking about?
Did you only take one attack the last turn too?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think so.
I rolled
You're
a
like-
3. I rolled a 3. You know what? Eigner's just ineffective right now.
He's got too much on his mind, and he
He's
doesn't
got-
know what's going on with these crazy creatures. He's
Exactly.
like, wait a minute, this is not the right edition. You guys belong back in 3.5.
Yeah,
Go
no
away.
joke. Go back where you came from, dog.
Banish you back to the edition you belong in.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I feel. Okay, so I'm gonna try and do a shove really quick. I'm
Okay.
gonna try and do that, and I rolled great on that, so that's gonna be a 21 athletics against his athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, by the way, with your 12, I think you could... Hold on, just run real quick. I just want to make sure. With your bardic inspiration, did you add your bardic inspiration to your attack?
Yeah, I did to that attack roll. I mean, but I already used the inspiration the last round.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh,
did.
you didn't say so. I would have given you inspiration.
Oh.
If...
Oh no, it's fine. You can just give it to Finnegan. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think that'll make more sense in the story too, just as far as like he's the one who ultimately needs to help us out of this situation.
Okay.
Yeah. What kind of spells does Halifax have?
A lot of enchantment spells.
A lot of enchantments, yeah.
Okay, I'll look up this character. So yeah, it critically fumbled that save for your pushback attack there, Kyle.
Oh, okay. So in that case, would you be cool with hitting me like knocking him back 5 feet and knocking him prone?
Actually, that is exactly what I was gonna do. Yeah.
Yeah. Whap! So I just miss with both of my attacks and then say, ah, fuck this, and then just go boom, whap him over the head with the shield.
Yeah, and it like stumbles back and just drops backward. And Finnegan growls, "Just one more minute, one more," and the creature disappears, and then it appears again next to Theala, where it bashes into you and kind of catches you off balance, and then goes to make a bite attack again, which you're able to get yourself balanced just enough to avoid, and that makes it Theala's turn.
Okay. So, Quick question: the ranged spells attacks, whenever they are whenever the creatures within melee range, are those at disadvantage too? Because I know, like,
I'm
if I were
not
to
sure
fire a
about that.
crossbow,
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you were casting in melee, they get an attack of opportunity, but that could also
No,
be a disadvantage.
I think that's an old edition thing.
Yeah.
I was looking this
no,
up
that
for
one's
my
definitely an old
tabletop.
edition.
Yeah, I ultimately ruled like, okay, you don't get attacks of opportunity if you're casting a spell in melee range, and then I don't think I did the disadvantage either.
Okay.
Okay,
But
Yeah.
that's just me. Maybe
I'm gonna
that's
rule it
actually
as
something.
not disadvantage now, and
we'll look up the rules later.
we'll look up the rules later. Yep.
Okay, so then in that case, she's going to touch her circlet, which is something you guys really haven't noticed much. And she's going to go like that and fire out Scorching Ray.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, all right. Cool.
Mhm.
So, first one misses. It's 12.
All right. Definitely is a miss.
14. 'Why can I not do math? 17.
14 misses, 17
Okay.
hits.
Well, hopefully. 10.
10 damage. Okay. Scorching Rays is just more fire.
Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah, so you just engulf the creature in flames again, and it just kind of shakes him off. You see its flesh kind of peel back and burn a little bit, but it doesn't seem to kind of slow it down, and it continues to advance on you. Eigner, it's your turn.
All right, I'm just gonna go charge forward and try and ruin its day. Okay, how about 17 against its AC?
That'll hit.
Ugh, finally. All right, so it's right next to Theala. So I'm gonna try and do the goading attack, I believe.
Okay.
Oh man, hold on. I just have a hard time negotiating the whole D&D Beyond thing sometimes, but it is cool as fuck. So that's another 12 damage, and it's going to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Which it fails.
Okay, so then it has disadvantage on any attack that does not include me.
Okay. Yeah, so you see it, like, you hit it with that attack and kind of call it out, and you see it just sort of shake a little bit, and then it looks between the two of you, and then just lunges at you.
Oh, it gets like a reaction thing?
Is your turn over?
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have one more attack, and I'm going to actually use that attack to do a new little maneuver I have called Commander Strike. So I'm going to forego the attack and use a bonus action to direct Theala to strike that creature, and you get to add a D8 to the damage roll if you hit. Theala.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
doing it for the sake of messing with cough drops.
Okay.
Theala,
okay. Strike that creature dead.
Yeah, basically. Okay, so then I guess I'll bust out my rapier.
Okay, and I don't know. Can I say that I position myself in a way so that we could be flanking this creature?
Yes.
It's a pretty tight room.
So I will.
It's a tight room, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Cool.
I'll give
All
it
right.
to you.
So
Okay.
get advantage on that, and if you hit, you roll the extra D8 on the damage.
Okay.
Stabola.
Yeah, it's gonna hit because it's 20 total. Oh, sorry, 22.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
that hits.
Okay, and then okay, so then that becomes 2d8 plus 3. So that's 15 plus 3, 18.
18 damage.
Okay.
Eight
then-
and 7.
And then Finnegan goes, there, I think I got it. And then Halifax just kind of plops into existence, just a little bit away from the creature, closer to the fireplace where Eigner was at first, and opens his mouth to say something, and then sees the creature just gearing up, ready to charge at Eigner, and then really quickly he does a quick hand movement and shouts something, and the creature stops dead in its tracks, almost like it ran into an invisible force, and then it just sways every which way drunkenly, and then just runs headfirst into the cage that's surrounding Finnegan, and you see the bars just light up, and then it is launched back and slams into the wall next to Halifax. All right, that was a pretty good roll. That was 19 damage in total.
Wow.
I just counted that as a 20-foot fall.
For sure.
So yeah, and then Eridu appears on the other side of the creature because it's now next to Halifax, and he's in the similar boat of about ready to respond, and then sees the creature on the ground, and then whips out his water whip and just wraps the thing up and squeezes, and you just kind of see it tightening around the creature. I think that's only a 1d10. All right. And that would make it the creature's turn, but it is bound at the moment, and it's already actually acted. So, Theala, go.
It's alive?
I know, right?
It is alive. Not very alive, but it's alive.
Let's just beat it up.
I think
just go
between
hit
the
it.
four of you,
It's yeah. Can we just say that we kill
can-
it because
yeah.
we're all gonna
I'm going
converge?
to. I'm gonna walk up to it, and I'm just going to, go up to its ears and just start whispering. And
That's
it
not.
does not have obvious ears.
does not have does it have?
Obvious ears.
Okay, then
Just stab it.
around where I think. If it
Okay.
has ears, it can hear.
Just stab it.
It does have ears, but you can't really It looks very, it's very alien looking. But yeah, okay. Dissonant whispers.
Yep.
Okay.
Wisdom.
Is there anything on that about it not being effective if it doesn't understand speech?
No, because you whisper a discordant melody that only one can hear. Choice.
Oh, okay. It's not really the words. It's the
Right. It's basically kind of creating. Do you ever play Final Fantasy Tactics?
yeah.
So that sound, that sound.
Okay.
So basically, what it is. That's how I imagine it.
Okay. What's the DC?
15.
Okay.
Wisdom.
It passes the DC, so
It's still half damage.
yeah, okay. It kind of is struggling against the water whip Eridu has it wrapped in.
14.
14 at half or 14 before half?
14 before half.
Okay. So it doesn't really seem to be paying too much attention. And, it's pretty close to dead. If you guys want to say you just take the next...
Eigner
few
does it,
rounds.
dude. I rolled a crit. He rolled
Alright.
an extra superiority dice on damage. He does 20 damage to the thing, dude. Just totally decapitates it.
Oh, yeah, that'll
Yeah,
kill it.
dude. For real.
Yeah, so yeah, it's struggling against the whip. It finally, that effect ends because Eridu can only hold the water whip for so long, and then Eigner is right there to just, boom, finishing blow, sever this creature's head from its body, in quotations, because it's pretty much legs and a tiny arm and a head.
Mm-hmm.
And And oh, sorry, I was looking at someone's pulling in my driveway, but it's my kids. Okay. and and Finnegan looks at everyone and goes, "Well, looks like I got you all here." And then he points at Eridu and says, "I didn't mean to summon you."
Who did you mean to summon then?
"I meant to summon Eridu."
At that point, Eigner goes over and oh yeah, actually, Eigner takes a couple of steps forward, so he's looking at Eridu's profile, and then very quickly he takes out the gem of true seeing and holds it up to his eye, looking at Eridu.
And as he does, uh, he sees what I'm pretty sure you're expecting to see at this point. Vincent Vachon is staring back at him. And he's just shrugging like, "I am Eridu."
Eigner calmly puts the gem of true seeing back in his pocket. Then he just lets out a sigh. And then he fucking lunges. Just lunges for Vachon. Just straight up, like, tries to catch him off guard. Like, I'll roll an athletics check or something. Like, he just lunges and he's just gonna, like, tackle him to the ground.
All right,
That's pretty much what's
roll
going on.
with advantage.
Hell yeah. Oh, shit. Alright, here we go. Oh, I rolled a 20 and a 17.
Nice.
It's going to be 26 total. Woo!
Yeah.
Eigner is righteously pissed right now.
You
Righteous.
just charge forward and tackle him, full on football style.
Yeah.
You
And-
both go clattering to the ground.
Clattering to the ground. Eigner's on top of him, just using his body weight, the weight of all his armor, everything he's carrying, to just keep Vincent pinned to the ground. And Eigner will quickly have his hands on Vachon's throat, and he'll just be screaming in his face, "It was you! This whole time! This whole fucking time! It was you! Ah!" Yeah.
All right. So, are you actually trying to get answers out of him, or are you just trying to kill him?
Not really. I don't know. Not really trying to like do anything of a
Just
particular
releasing rage.
direction. He's just releasing a lot of like pent up emotion and rage right now. Like as far as like the pressure of his hands, like it is maybe gonna kill him if it goes on for too long. But he's mostly just like screaming and spitting in his face and just trying to get all this like vindicated fucking emotion out right now.
Okay. Is any Theala, are you gonna stop him?
Hold on. No. I remember. No, I remember. That's why I rolled for it. I wanted to see if I remembered On and Alton telling me about Eridu being not him.
Right.
And so, and being that we just got pulled out of a dream, and being told in that 3-year period that I guess like about On's capabilities and how he will misuse his magic. I basically, and the fact that he says that that you can't explain it, but it's obvious to him that Eridu's not Eridu. So kind of remembering all of that, I think maybe On entered my dream, entered the dream state, and and attempted to warn me about Eridu. So I hold back.
Okay.
And in fact, if Halifax starts to move forward, assuming that he's next to me, I'm going to touch his arm. Because even though in the real world we weren't together, we were in my memories. And so I touch his arm to in that way.
And Finnegan, like the bars of the cage, as soon as he summoned them, they just kind of like those things started to dissipate too. And Finnegan steps out and kind of stands on Theala's other side, watching what's going on, and going. Well, it looks like we've gotten through this. As Eigner's just going nuts and he's just slamming, killing Vincent's head into the back of the head onto the charred floor, and you can see Vincent just kind of choking, trying to get in a breath. One of his eyes has gotten completely bloodshot from the strain, and Eigner finally lets go, just as Vincent's an inch from death, and he's. As soon as Eigner's hands are away from his throat, he just starts breathing heavy, trying to get as much oxygen in as he can. What are you guys going to do?
Well, Eigner will need to pace around the room a little bit and try and recover himself and try and calm the bloodlust that has taken him over for a moment. And
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Dispel Magic while Eigner is. I'm gonna do so. Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and do so at 4th level.
Okay.
Before Eigner walks away, he's gonna quickly take out a length of rope from his pack and just take Vincent's hands and tie them behind his back. And leave Vincent lying on his side, with his hands behind his back like that.
Okay.
And he casts Dispel Magic.
Yeah,
yes,
I cast Dispel Magic on Vincent.
I am trying to decide how I want to end this.
Mm-hmm.
So I have two options.
We could just leave it there.
So yeah, if the spell is 4th level or lower, it just ends.
Okay. I think I know how we're going to leave this.
Okay.
Do you guys have anything you want to say to Vincent? Ask Vincent in the moment?
Not really in the moment. That's kind of something that I'll want to think about and kind of flavor it as Eigner. Yeah, and he needs to take a moment to he can't really talk in a rational way in the state that he is right now. So he needs to take a moment, calm down, and then he's gonna try and ask some questions of Vincent and Finnegan for that matter.
So Vincent is gonna smile. His teeth are kind of caked in blood. And he's just. It looks like you saw through my illusions. You're all so clever. As the office kind of starts to dissipate with the casting of the Dispel Magic. And he goes, hopefully we won't see each other anytime soon. And as the Dispel Magic continues to kind of surface through and illuminate or eliminate all illusionary magic in the area, Vincent begins to disappear as well.
Counterspell.
If you're counterspelling, you are counterspelling your own spell.
Oh, so he's not disappearing.
He is being broken down with the rest of the illusion.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Because
Wait, because what?
It's not
Because
the
that
way that
fence,
the
he
way
is
that I was
also part of the illusion.
He is also
was
part
he
of
was
the illusion.
teleporting, not
Yeah.
that he was melting.
Yeah, no, he is like dissipating with the rest of the illusion.
Okay.
Through dispel magic.
Okay.
And that is actually where we're gonna end for tonight.
Today. Wow. Okay. Just for the record, nothing's been cleared up for me.
Yeah. I know.
Absolutely, still as confused. But even though I felt like I had made some insights into what was really going on, I'm actually still just confused. But that's okay.
That is quite all right.
That is quite alright.
I gotta figure out what happens next because it's either gonna be way more confusing or a little more confusing.
Okay, but definitely still confusing.
Oh yeah, I mean
Alright.
answers are definitely coming, but I will put it this way: this session and the half of last session, that is the introduction to this episode.
Uh-huh.
That is the prologue of this episode.
Prologue. Okay. Well, shit, dude. Well, tune in next week where shit will get either a little more confusing or a lot more confusing.
Exactly. We will find out which.
We'll find out. Thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday afternoon over here on the West Coast. We are the Roll for Mischief crew, and we hope to see you next week.
All right.
Yeah. Anything
Take it
else y'all
easy.
got to say?
Nah, man.
All right. Cool.
Thanks for enjoying the game. This has been a lot of fun. I like this episode.
That's a good one so far. Shifting Tides. All right. Thanks, y'all. We'll catch you next time.
See ya.